My bad. It's your boy Ryan Fraser. I had the mic on mute, man. You already starting off bad, but it's all good because we're gonna talk Canelo, man. It was a good weekend. I was impressed by one person in particular, but I'm not gonna front, man. Edgar Berlanga, he made a fan out of me. I didn't know what to expect. I knew he was gonna be the bigger man, but I didn't think he was gonna be able to hang in there like that for that long for 12 rounds and give Canelo Álvarez a fight, man. Even though I don't think he won a round, I do think it was a fight. I think we gotta give Edgar Berlanga his props, man. He showed up and he got that New York in him for real because he excuse me, he didn't quit, man. He did not quit. So shout out to Edgar Berlanga. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Appreciate y'all. Make sure you smash that like button when you come in, or you know, drop a comment if you on Instagram. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna message him right here. Uh, you don't need YouTube. Sorry, I like to talk when I type, but yeah, I was talking to James Tony early on. He said he might come on, but yeah, he said he's a busy guy, so we'll see what we could do with that. But sorry for the dead air. Sorry for the dead air. I can't multitask sometimes. But yeah, man, what do y'all think about Canelo Alvarez? Was it a situation of Edgar Berlanga wasn't that good, or did Canelo look like he doesn't have like his power at 168 is not going to stop people? You know what I mean? But we're gonna see. We're gonna see then if Canelo Alvarez, who's gonna be the next opponent, man? Who's gonna be the next one? Because I truly believe that he needs to fight Benavidez, but we'll see. We'll talk about it. Like I said, Edgar Berlanga made me a fan, man. Edgar Berlanga definitely he got off the deck and he kept fighting, man. Like that's the one thing I love about a fighter, man. When you can get off the deck and continue to fight, man, at a high level. Shout out to Edgar Berlanga for like showing up, man, because what I'm saying is like he could have easily just packed it in and said, "Yo, we out, man. We not trying to do this." You know what I'm saying? And Edgar Berlanga didn't do that. He got up off that deck and he just kept fighting, man. And shout out to Canelo Alvarez because yo, Berlanga did look big in there. He did look big. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm gonna bring up my guy, Box Center with Jay, my Dominican brother. What's going on, fella?
What's good, my guy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I see you out there in those Dominican streets.
You already know what it is, man. You already know. Catching
Yeah,
that boxing, that action out here.
absolutely. Yo, what'd you think about the fight, Canelo and Berlanga?
I mean, the fight played out in a way that a lot of us saw it. The only thing is, many of us predicted a stoppage. I myself predicted that Canelo would stop him by or before the 10th round. Obviously, that didn't happen. But you can see that Berlanga was dominated thoroughly and lost almost every single round. So it played out the way we expected it in a way.
Yeah, no doubt he did. He do lose every single round. I didn't give Berlanga a round, but I think he made a fan out of me because he showed heart, man. He showed dog. Like he didn't get discouraged from that knockdown. I was in the third round, I think, and he kept pressing the action the rest of the fight. But I just think Canelo just got too much in his tool bag for Edgar Berlanga.
Yeah, I agree 100%. It's all about levels and it's about experience. Canelo has more championship fights than Berlanga has total fights.
Yo, that's
So,
crazy.
I don't think that a guy with that experience is who you want to make your debut in a championship fight against.
Right, 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 man. That's absolutely true. Shout out to Gino winning. He says Canelo scared to fight a real threat. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, man. I mean, we'll see. We'll have to see who Canelo takes on next because that is a big question, you know. But I'm gonna talk about the rest of the card, man. What'd you think about the card in total? Like, did you like it? I know it
To
wasn't worth $90, that's for sure.
to be honest, I do believe that the $90 was a little bit stiff. However, the card was very good. Rolly coming back, he started off a bit slow in his fight, but then he got into rhythm, started putting his combinations together, won.
Hmm.
Then Caleb Plant versus
Yeah.
McCumbee, I think is that was a heck of a fight, my guy.
No, that was, man. That was a good fight. Like that was fight of the night for me, for sure. Like seeing Caleb Plant hit the deck like that and then make the adjustments. But Trevor McCumbee, man, he looked like he was, he was ready. He was game. That's for sure.
So check this out. If you think about it, by the third round, it appeared as if though the tide was going in McCumbie's favor.
Yeah, he was winning
Like
the
he
fight.
started landing more and more big shots.
Yeah.
And here's what changed everything. Remember when they came together and they got in that real close exchange and
Right.
Caleb landed some big shots and right there the bell went off.
All right.
And
At the
then
end of the round.
in the following round, Caleb Plant rushed him and right away went on the inside. So what we learned is that McCumbee was a serious threat from the outside, but he didn't
Hmm.
have a very good inside game, and Berlanga ate him up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, Caleb Plant, that's why he's the former
I
champ
mean, I
now.
said
He
my
made
bad. I
the
said Berlanga,
adjustment.
Caleb. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to I don't know if it was his corner because they didn't really show his corner during that round, but I don't know if it was Birdman who made the adjustment or Caleb himself, but they obviously all saw something when he went in close there. And yeah, man, he couldn't like his inside game was terrible. Like he couldn't get away from Plant. And yeah, Plant was just using the old tricks, moving his gloves, punching them, holding his gloves down, punching them. Like you could
And
see that.
you could see the elite level that
Yes,
Caleb
yeah.
was displaying. Like you could see him giving him the angles.
Hmm.
Like they're right there. Inside of a phone booth, and this guy can't get nothing off on Caleb.
Yeah, man. Yeah, what'd you think about Stephen Fulton getting off the deck and beating Castro?
So that was controversial. A
It was
lot
it
of
was a
people are saying,
controversial fight. I'm not gonna lie.
a lot of people are saying that Fulton lost that fight. It was close. You know what? I don't want to say that it's a robbery because when a fight is so close, it could go either way. So it's never a
Yeah,
robbery. If it could go either way, it went his way, right?
right, exactly.
But but to be honest, I wasn't very impressed with Fulton simply because this is a guy that was on a certain trajectory
Hmm.
before facing Naoya Inoue, and now it's like he's in a dogfight with this guy who's never gonna be a pound for pound fighter.
Right.
So I don't think that was a good. I mean, it's a win. A win is a win. Don't get it twisted. But what happens when he step up versus the big boys?
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. Like, cause that's what I was gonna ask next. Like, how do we see Stephen Fulton against the cream like Raymond Ford, Nick Ball, Ray Vargas? Those guys are the champs at that division right now, and I just don't know if Fulton can beat any of those three. Like, especially Raymond Ford, because Raymond Ford's he's a savage for real.
He's a savage for real, man.
And Nick
And
Ball's just in the phone booth the whole
and you
fight.
see you see that these guys, they got power and they can fight. And if he was
Hmm.
in a dogfight with this dude, I believe all of them are gonna give him some serious problems.
Yeah. No,
He gotta go
absolutely.
to
But
I believe he gotta go to the drawing board.
yeah, yeah, I think he's got to get another fight to maybe acclimate to the weight. But I think him getting off the deck and fighting like that's a good sign, because
Yeah, yeah, that's definitely a good sign.
yeah, because he got stopped by
What I
anyway, and you don't know how guys are gonna
because
respond.
you know what, sometimes people think that when you're saying something critical that you're hating. So I want to point out the fact that he was able to get up and stay composed and stay
Hmm.
calm. and stick with the plan,
Yeah.
that shows, the level that he's on. He's on
Yeah,
a high level as
exactly.
well.
Yeah,
Just gotta
absolutely.
perform. I
Yeah, cuz
think he
not
had to
everybody. I
perform
think
better,
it's
but
I
he's
think
on a high level.
Rolly, like we saw how Rolly was after Tank when he fought that older guy Barroso. He didn't look good. Like he's on shaky legs, and same with the Isaac Cruz fight. Like you just saw he was not confident when he was getting hit. He was he was like almost out on his feet the whole time. So yeah, for sure, it's all about how you respond when you face that adversity. And Fulton and Plant, both of them former champs, they showed us
Yeah,
that pedigree that they have as being
yeah.
champions. So I mean, that was
Champions could
awesome.
get. That's the thing, yo. That's the thing that I could tell you. I box myself, and I
Hmm.
know, because I was good, but I wasn't. I could tell you right now, I wasn't that good. I was never gonna be an elite level guy. I was a good boxer,
Yeah.
right? And I can tell you that most of us good boxers, when we get hurt,
Hmm.
we resort to instinct,
Right.
and it's hard to stick with the game plan to keep
Yeah.
that type of focus. So those type of guys that hit that next level, when they get hurt bad, they can still maintain that focus and stay away from further damage.
Yeah, that's the awesome part of it because like you said, your body goes to usually survival instinct first to survive. So just to punch but nah, these guys are technicians, man. They are born like not born, but they're trained assassins pretty much. Like they know how to handle the job, and they showed that.
Exactly, man. I'm telling you, Plant, there was a moment where I said, yo, I think McCombie might knock him out. Like
Yeah,
with the type of punches that he was landing, I'm
yeah,
like, yo, if he catches him with the chin up, he's gonna sleep him.
yeah. Definitely. Plant was on like shaky legs a few time in those fights, man. And I I don't know, man. I feel like you're right. If the fight was on the outside, it would not went well for Plant. Hell no,
And
man. He
and
would
you
have got knocked out.
and you know what? It shows what an elite level fighter Plant really is, because we've seen him fight, versus opponents where he's the one using the footwork, where he's
Mhm.
using the entire every inch of the ring, and keeping
Mhm.
that jab out there, and keeping his distance. And now we saw the opposite. Now we saw him take advantage of the inside. He
That's
can do it
true. I've
all.
never really seen this version of Caleb Plant until that the other night, and obviously McCombie's punching too, so it's not like he's going in there against a guy who's not punching. So
And
yeah, man,
but
that was
that's what
awesome.
I'm trying to tell you. If a guy is tagging you hard from the outside, real hard, wobbling you, right? Yo, it's a tough decision to decide to go inside and bang with him inside of a phone booth, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's
You
not
already
easy,
know the
man.
power he got in them hands.
Yep. And shout out to Cosmic. He says, Nello time. Nello time, eh?
Yo, Canelo's a all-time great. Gotta give him his prop.
Major
Gotta
Key
give him his prop.
Boxing. What up, brother? Appreciate y'all coming through. Yeah, man. So like this is the big question now. Who is next? Are we gonna see Canelo versus Benavidez finally? Is it super fight worthy or has that died down now that David's pretty much campaigning at 75? Like, is it still the biggest fight in boxing or no?
I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, Canelo versus David Benavidez is a huge fight. It's a legitimate super fight. It's a monster pay per view. Does over 1 million pay per views. However, are we going to actually get that fight? I believe that the odds are against it.
Mhm.
Why? Because Canelo has avoided that fight for years, right? And right now he's at the tail end of his career. Has
Yeah.
probably two, three more fights at most. So if, for example, if given the option to fight Crawford, who he said would be easy money, or Benavidez, why would he pick Benavidez over Crawford when he's been
Right,
avoiding
right.
that fight? So I honestly believe that if he can avoid that fight, he may end up avoiding it.
Yeah, man. Basically, I'm like I'm on the fence of saying this is looking like a Mayweather and Pacquiao situation at the end, where I think Canelo's telling Benavidez to go get some accolades before you try to fight me, and they're like building the fight up slowly. And if think about it, if Benavidez could beat Bivol or Beterbiev, then the Canelo fight, the fans are gonna demand it. Like they're gonna be like, "Yo, you have to fight this guy now. He beat
But
the
they've
guy
been
you couldn't
demanding.
even beat." Or if it's Beterbiev, we've never heard Canelo say nothing about fighting Beterbiev. So I mean, if he could beat Bivol or Beterbiev, I mean, David deserves
So,
a Canelo fight.
so I'm gonna tell you something, right? We know that right now Canelo's campaigning at 168.
Hmm.
Benavidez is at 175, and he already said he's not coming back down, right? So take this into consideration. Canelo has Crawford that wants to fight him. He
Right.
has His Excellency Turkey Al Sheikh who's saying, I'm going to give you a boatload of money to fight him, right? And I'm telling you, I'm giving you my take from an analyst perspective, right?
Right.
And I heard Roy Jones say this, so I know he agrees with me. Benavidez is not the type of problems that Canelo wants. Why? Because if he moves up to 175, Benavidez is way bigger than him physically. We're
Oh
talking
yeah.
about a lot. We're talking about a lot of height, a lot of reach, and then you're talking about a much younger than you and stronger and volume puncher.
Hmm.
Benavidez has all the recipe to give Canelo a horrible beating. Maybe
Yeah.
even be the first to stop him. So if I was
Nah, I ain't gonna
Canelo
say that,
Alvarez,
man. I ain't gonna
listen,
say
listen,
that.
listen. If I was Canelo Alvarez and I have the millions of dollars Canelo Alvarez got in the bank
Hmm.
and the resume and the accolades at my age, at his age, I would not fight Benavidez. I don't need to.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
He's not that
If
old though. Canelo's
you,
not that old.
he's 34, about to be
Yeah.
35.
Yeah, he's not that old. I
About
don't
to be,
think so.
bro, he's about to be 35. Come on now.
Crawford's
You start losing,
39, man. He
yo,
looking like
that's around the time when you start losing a step. And then,
yeah.
yo, I'm telling you, in your mid 30s, facing a guy that's a lot taller than you with a lot
Hmm.
more reach and bigger, yo, that spells disaster. We've seen it over and over throughout history. Guys
Right,
moving up
right.
and get pummeled. Remember De La Hoya and Trinidad try to move up and
Yeah,
challenge
yeah. De La
Hopkins,
Hoya got crushed. Yeah. But like
and
I think
Trinidad
that
got,
fight
got
happens at
pummeled by
68.
Hopkins too. Trinidad got pummeled.
Yeah, Trinidad too. Yep. Yep.
So De La Hoya, so Canelo move up to and fight the Mexican monster. Yo, it's gonna be that type of beating. I'm telling you.
Now I don't think
He,
he'd move up. I think he make Benavidez come back down. But I'm
nah,
just
yo,
saying that I think
nah, yo,
Benavidez gets the fight if he can
yo,
go beat one of those guys.
it's not, yo. I'm telling you, it's not gonna happen.
Oh
Benavidez
shoot.
is not. Canelo and Benavidez are not gonna fight at 168.
Yeah, shout out to Major Key Boxing. He just subscribed. He's saying stylistically, Bivol was the tougher test in that division. Reynoso and him chose him because they knew that they would be able to drop back down and work on their game plan if they lost. Okay. He's also saying Better Beef is older and more likely to walk into Canelo traps with his aggression. Yeah, but Better Beef hits like a brick house, man. I don't know if Canelo can handle that.
The thing is that Better Biev, he's gonna be able to take everything you got. You're gonna take everything you got. Your hardest punch, you're gonna take that and keep
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah, they got like a lot of footage of him fighting like Usyk in the amateurs. Like he was obviously fighting at bigger weights before. So he's been hit by bigger guys, but
No, he can fight, man. The guy can fight. These guys are elite level.
yeah, no, these guys are the top of
But
the
listen,
top, man.
I'm telling you, Canelo doesn't want Benavidez problems. That's a horrible. Like I'm gonna put it to you like this, my brother. And
Yeah.
we gotta keep this. I'm gonna say this here. I haven't said it on any other channel. I'm gonna say it here first. And this is real. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
All right.
Most of the people that are screaming Canelo, go fight Benavidez.
Hmm.
They doing it because they feel like Benavidez is gonna beat him up. They feel
No,
confident
you're right.
Benavidez is
Yeah,
gonna beat him up.
yeah. A lot of people
So,
want to see him get beat. Yeah,
so there's a reason why people feel confident, my brother, that Benavidez is gonna whoop him because he's a lot bigger. He's a big dude.
yeah.
They
He is
want
a
to see
big dude.
Canelo get pummeled.
But it's kind of funny because I don't think Benavidez ever blew up the way Berlanga did. Berlanga was huge. He was like 193 or something like that.
No, no. Listen, first it was reported 193, right?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yo,
Yeah.
he confirmed. I posted about it too. He confirmed to Eddie Hearn. There's a video. I saw it already. Himself
Hmm.
coming out his mouth. This dude was like 203.
Wow. And he looked drained. He looked drained at the weigh-in. So that's
Yeah,
crazy. These young guys can rehydrate. It's nuts because
yeah.
that's huge. That's massive. Yeah.
Yo, he told Eddie Hearn messing around. Next, we gonna lace him up with AJ, and they just laughed it off. But
Oh
that's how big he
man.
was. Yo, this is the reason why he was able to absorb Canelo's punches. This guy was weighing 200 plus.
No, he did look way bigger than Canelo in that ring, and I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, he's obviously using the weight to take the punches, which is, I
Now,
mean,
here's the funny
his
thing
best
about
bet.
that. Here's the funny thing about that. You see how all of that weight that he had allowed him to take the punches, but didn't
Hmm.
help him win the fight, didn't help him be more effective.
Yeah,
So why do people think that the weight Canelo has on Crawford is going to make him more effective against Crawford?
yeah. Well, it's just like the Benavidez situation you talk about. Like people think because Benavidez is bigger, he beats Canelo, but like we don't
No,
we
no,
don't
no, no,
really
no,
know
no.
that.
I gotta hold on. Let me respond to that. I don't think Benavidez is gonna beat Canelo because he's bigger. Being
Hmm.
bigger is one of the attributes that's shown to have given Canelo problems, which is
Yeah,
Bivol pretty much sunned him with his height and reach advantage.
yeah.
And
Bivol did, but I don't think Benavidez boxes like Bivol. Like let's be real here. He ain't got no
yo,
footwork like Bivol.
he don't. But that's
Benavidez is
the
very flat footed coming to
listen.
you.
Listen. He. This is why I believe that it'll be a worse pummeling because Bivol was using his footwork. He's not a power puncher.
Yeah.
Benavidez is a power puncher
No, he's not,
and
man. He
way
didn't
more.
stop playing. We can't say that, bro.
Damn, my guy, like you can't go against the numbers over one fight, my guy. Let's look at the knockout percentage. That's what says it.
What's his
Come on, bro.
percentage? What's Benavidez's percentage? Because I don't even like.
His
I
knockout
know he's
percentage,
a I know he's a
bro, his
combination puncher,
knockout, his knockout percentage is pretty high, my guy. Look,
and
look.
I know Canelo hasn't been knocking people out at this weight. Like at 68, he hasn't been knocking people out,
And he won't be
especially
because
the
all
top
those
guys.
guys are bigger than him. He won't be knocking people out because they're.
Yeah, his
That's
power.
why. Look, that's why when people say that he's too big for Crawford, I laugh at that because Canelo is a
Hmm.
very small 168 pounder. He's not a big dude, bro. Listen.
Yeah,
Benavidez has 29 wins and 24 knockouts.
yeah. His last
I
KO was against David Lemieux. Like he went the
I
distance
know,
with
but
Plant.
based on his knockout
Andre quit in
percentage,
the
I think
corner.
it's fair to say that he's a power puncher, my guy.
Hmm. No, I see what you're saying. I just don't think like he didn't do the Caleb Plant what Canelo did to him.
No, but you have to understand. Here's the difference. Caleb Plant was willing to trade more with Canelo than he was with Benavidez. That's the
Yeah,
difference.
no, absolutely, yeah.
He he
But
used that
but
footwork on Benavidez to save his life.
no, he did because Benavidez can't cut the ring off.
So
He was
so
chasing him
Canelo and
around that
Benavidez.
ring.
So we can't compare both of their fights with Caleb because Caleb fought them differently. He cooperated
No,
with Canelo.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, he did fight the fights different. Yeah, that's for
He
sure.
didn't he
I'm
didn't
not gonna
cooperate
say
at all
Caleb.
with Benavidez.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
But
But like
but, I-
Caleb
but
did
what I-
slow
but what
down
I'm telling
then.
you is look, what I'm telling you is that Benavidez's size is going to be too much for Canelo.
All right. We got Cosmic here. He's saying Berlanga boo. He's saying Bivol's a master boxer. He is, man.
Yeah,
Bivol's
Bivos a
a
master. That's a fact.
he
That's a
is.
fact.
Major Key Boxing says, I think Benavidez is now a full blown favorite against Canelo, and it's Canelo's fault. When I used to drop content, I interviewed David 3 times and I told him. You told him, what'd you tell him? He should have took less money, or he should have stopped calling Canelo's name. Isn't that what Canelo was saying? Like, he just stop calling my name. I'm not gonna fight Mexicans. I'm not gonna fight this. I'm not gonna fight that. David's done nothing. What did Berlanga do to earn the fight though? I never understood why guys say stuff like that.
I mean, it's like I told you, Canelo has shown us that he doesn't want to fight Benavidez. So I don't understand why you believe, oh yeah, they're building it up and it's gonna happen
Man,
like Floyd Mayweather and
yeah.
Pac-Man.
I
Nah.
just feel like
Listen, remember Floyd Mayweather and Pac-Man, it got extended for whatever it was, 6, 7 years. But throughout that entire time, they always expressed interest in fighting each other. There was just this back and forth about the steroid testing and the A side stuff and who's gonna get paid how much. But they always express interest like we're gonna fight.
yeah,
This
yeah,
case
yeah.
is different. This case, Benavidez has been Canelo's mandatory for years. He was his mandatory at 168.
Yeah, for two
And
2 years almost.
and so how can we expect Canelo to fight him when he doesn't have to? When he opted not to fight him when he was supposed to, when he had to.
Right. But yeah, that's the WBC. They didn't mandate the fight. They should have ordered the fight. And I don't know who to blame on that because I feel like it's the sanction body that has to do it. Like, I'm not gonna blame David Benavidez and his team, even though I do understand they can make a push for it too.
Is that
But like,
ordering the fight? Listen. Ordering the fight isn't gonna do anything. If
well,
a fighter doesn't want to fight you and they order the fight, he just vacate the strap. Hey, take
yeah,
that.
and no, he did that when he fought. I'm pretty sure when he's gonna fight Golovkin, and a
When
lot of
no, he
people
did that.
didn't like that.
Listen, when he was supposed to fight Boo Boo, he did that as well.
Yes,
He could have fought Boo Boo for undisputed, and what he did, he was like, "Nah, keep that. I'm out of here." So
yeah.
the
So
point is, you know why they don't force him to fight Benavidez? They don't mandate it because they're like, "Yo, if we do that, he's just gonna vacate the strap." And we want the face of boxing to have one of our titles. His
no,
fights give us the big
absolutely, that's what it is. It's a political thing for sure.
his fight give us the biggest sanctioning fees out here.
Yeah.
Come
No,
on,
it's
man.
true. It's true.
Yo,
That's
if
exactly what's going
Canelo
on.
got the title, they can make millions of dollars when he fights because his purse is so huge. And then the Benavidez get the title, they get 100,000 for a fight.
Yeah, but you know what? That's why I like the IBF, man. They don't care who you are. You getting stripped. So I feel like most of them got to take that stance, especially now that Turkey Al Sheikh's involved. Like, there's money to go around. Just like you said, they don't want to give it up for the big guys because they feel like they need to have a champion wearing their belts. But I think it's the
And
person that
and
makes the
something and
belts.
listen, something that we have to keep in mind, bro.
Hmm.
Most superstar fighters who have a lot of money, who are financially set, right? When they're about to retire, yo, they
Yeah.
pick their fights.
Oh yeah,
People
yeah, yeah, yeah.
listen to this. People forgetting that Floyd Mayweather's last two professional fights was Andre Berto and Conor McGregor.
Oh no, we
That
don't
was
forget.
wins.
We know, man.
Those were wins 49 since 50 for Floyd.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's
if Canelo, so if Canelo has two fights left, why are we riding him? Floyd was supposed to fight Keith Thurman and he didn't fight him. That was his mandatory.
yeah. He dropped the belt.
You see? So that's the point that yo, at the end of a Hall of Fame career where you don't need the money and you making a lot of money, you
Hmm.
fight whoever you want. I would have do the same and you would have do the same.
Yeah, no doubt for sure. Major Key Boxing says Samsung is the one not making the deal. Yeah, there's a lot of politics there. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Crawford now. Crawford and Canelo, man, like that's the one I want to see personally. I love how Bud is starting to pull up to the events. They're really applying pressure to Canelo, and you know maybe he's gonna take the fight next. Maybe he's just gonna say, "Yeah, let's go call Turkey Al Sheik and make some big money." Cause that'd be a big fight, man.
Look, I believe that this fight can be made, and Canelo's open to making it, but His Excellency Turkey Al Sheikh has to change his approach. I'm going to tell you what I see as a problem. His Excellency is kind of used to saying how everything goes. You're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're going to, and
Mm-hmm.
everybody kind of has to bow down to him. So he has to understand Canelo's position in boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Canelo has the type of money and has the type of career and the type of resume that he doesn't need you at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, that's
So
facts.
Canelo can literally go say, "Screw you! I don't care about your excellency and all that stuff."
Yeah.
Right? Oh, kick rocks. So, so His Excellency, if he really want to get the fight made, because we want it, the fans want it, right? He has to approach Canelo with a softer tone. And
Yeah, yeah.
what I mean by that is, yo, let's go 50-50 on the things you want and on the things
Mm-hmm.
that I want. Let's come to agreements so we can both get what we want. As This is where I felt like Turkey dropped the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember, I saw it in an interview. It's on video. He says, we made him an offer. If he's smart, if he knows what's right, he'll take it.
Yeah.
Like, bro, if I'm Canelo and you talking to me like that, I'm like, yo, man, take that offer and shove it up. Yeah, you know what? You crazy? You know who I am? You know who I am? You just showed up in boxing. You know who I am?
Yeah.
Like, he made the type of comment that it doesn't just make it about business, it makes it about ego.
Yeah,
And
you're
if,
right. Yeah.
His Excellency, if you want to make the fight, don't make it about ego with Canelo because you're not gonna win. He's gonna make millions of dollars without you. He does not. It's not like an up and coming fighter that's gonna lay down for Turkey.
Exactly.
Canelo has his established fan base. He literally don't need none of you.
Nah, exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he doesn't care for Crawford. So he said it himself, I don't care for that fight. I think it's easy money, but I don't care for it. So if you want to do business with me, it's got to be my way.
Mm-hmm.
His Excellency has to come to terms with that. If he does, the fight could get made.
No, that's true, man. I agree. Definitely. I think Turkey Al Sheik, we all have to understand he hasn't been in boxing very long. He hasn't seen all of this stuff. He just noticed that a lot of the talk was okay, not enough money. So then he poured money into it. But he doesn't understand some of these dudes, like Canelo Alvarez, is a business in his own sense. He doesn't need even a network, to be honest. He can go make his own network, and still his fans will go buy all his pay per views. That's just how popular he is. But he's definitely his own entity. I think even Tank to an extent is that guy too, who doesn't need Turkey Al Sheik as well because he makes so much money. But the rest of the pool, like them guys is not those two guys. Like they don't draw the same power as those guys do. So the rest of them kind of have to do what Turkey Al Sheik says. And I think Turkey Al Sheik, like you said, he's gotta approach Canelo as a business partner instead of looking at it like, yo, you need to come over here and be my employee because Canelo's done way too much in his career, man. He's on that Floyd right now. He's making what he said 80% of whatever goes into the event. So this guy's making crazy money and he did it all on his own. He didn't need Turkey Al Sheik like these guys do. So yeah, why am I gonna bow down to you? Like you just got here, man. I've been here.
And I could tell you, because I don't want to sound like a hater. His Excellency Turkey Al Sheikh, and I said that to you before privately. He's
Hmm.
great for boxing.
Yeah.
He's great for boxing. He's bringing a lot to the table. He's bringing a lot of eyes to the sport. He's making big fights happen. He's great for boxing. But as far as dealing with Canelo, I think that he has to come to terms with how that works
Mm.
because I think that he's from a culture, not
Yeah.
just the culture, but he's in such a position of power where
Right.
he's kind of used to ordering people around. And if you know what's good, you're gonna do what I say.
Yeah.
He's kind of used to taking that tone. And Canelo, especially being Mexican, he's all about respect. He's all about, you gotta respect me. You gotta show me respect.
Right.
So, yo, I'm gonna put it to you like this: when I saw Turkey say what he said, I was like, oh nah, that's not gonna go well with
Yeah, that's
Canelo.
not gonna help the fight,
And
right?
yo,
Yeah.
I was saying that to somebody, like that's not gonna go well with him. And right
Yeah.
after I said that, Canelo commented like, "Yo, all respect to him, but I don't need him." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Damn, man, this dude dropped the ball. Like, you don't negotiate with the face of boxing like that, bro."
All right, Cosmic. He says, or she, I don't know who it is. Crawford is a smaller compared to the fighters that Canelo fights. Yeah, I mean, but Crawford, they said he was 168 when he was in the ring with Madrimov last.
Let me respond to that though. Crawford's smaller, that's true, but Canelo is also smaller compared to the fighters that he fights.
Yeah,
Canelo's
he's
smaller
probably the
too.
same size as Crawford in the
No,
sense of
well,
height
and no,
and
no. Let me say something that people never take into consideration when they always say 168, 168. Number one, Canelo's a very small 168. Just
yep.
compare him to all of his opponents in the face off, and you can see that. And
Hmm.
number two, Crawford has physical advantages over him. He's taller and he has longer reach.
Yeah, his arms are
That
long.
means that means that the only advantage Canelo's gonna have in that fight is power. That's
Yep.
it. Did his power make a difference versus Bivol? Nope,
Yeah.
it did not. He got outboxed. Did his power make a difference against Floyd? No, he got outboxed. So his fight, his power may not actually make a difference against Bud either. He might get outboxed. And
No,
by
that's
the
true,
way,
man.
Terrence Crawford is 36 years old right now, the same age Floyd was when he whooped him.
Yeah, when he beat Canelo, yeah. Yeah, that's true, man. Yep. Cosmic, he said I meant Berlanga versus Boo Boo. Oh, okay.
That's
Berlanga
a
and
good
Boo
fight.
Boo, that'd be a good fight right now.
That's a good fight right there.
Yeah, Boo Boo, he's a good boxer and he's at the weight right now, and Berlanga's still trying to get to that level. Yeah, Berlanga versus Plant. I think that's the one we want to see, man. After the smack talk those guys had,
Yep,
that'd
I
be a
want to
good
see
fight.
that fight.
That'd be
But
a
I'm gonna
really
tell you
good
like
fight.
this: I got Plant putting hands on him.
Yeah, on Berlanga? Oh shoot. I
Yeah,
feel like if Berlanga lands something though, just from what Trevor McCumbee showed us, Plant
yo,
might
but
not be
I
good
got, I
out
got, I
there.
got Plant. I got Plant outboxing him. That's the
Yeah,
thing, man.
he is.
Berlanga just ain't got that footwork. He ain't
No, he
got that
doesn't,
footwork.
man.
So
He
as soon
doesn't.
as these guys, the thing about Berlanga, man, is that if you want to engage, he's gonna cooperate with you every single time.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can outbox him, that's it. Canelo showed us.
Yep, just moving around that ring. And Canelo did like great footwork aggression. Like he wasn't wasting no punches. He was just making the right steps to push Berlanga in the right direction. And Berlanga, I don't know why he didn't try to get on the outside a bit and punch, but like it's like you said, his footwork's terrible. It's like he was in mud. All he could do was just walk back and side to side. He couldn't make no like foot feints to make Canelo throw him off. Like he did nothing. Like Canelo just walked him down and combination, walked him down and combination. The whole fight pretty much.
It, like we were saying earlier, man. There's levels to this, and Canelo showed it.
Yep,
Showed it.
absolutely. So yeah, man. What about the Bivol and Canelo rematch? I know Canelo saying he wants to get that one back. He wants to right that wrong. Obviously, he can't get Floyd. Floyd's retired, so he can. I mean, he could erase this loss if he fights Bivol again. Do you think he beats Bivol? Like, I don't think he's shown us that much since that fight that he's made this great change.
I, honestly, I think that fight plays out the same way as the first one. Maybe even worse for Canelo, because now Bivol is gonna be more comfortable.
Right.
There were times where Bivol let off the gas a little bit and focus on his footwork, and I think now he will be more comfortable with just letting his hands go in. And I think
Mhm.
it will be the same results.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in the same boat, man. I just think Bevo's bad style for what what Canelo does in that ring, and Canelo needs somebody who's gonna stay in front of him to really beat on them, and Bivol is not that, and he has crazy reach. He's great with his feet work, and yeah, I just don't think that Canelo could do anything at this stage of his career to offset that footwork and the punching because he does it in rhythm. I know Berlanga was talking about that, but like he probably got in there and realized that this shit ain't easy what Bivol was doing because he didn't even try to do it at all. And he said he was gonna go in there and try to do it, just keep jabbing him. But it takes a lot, man, because you got to be careful what's coming back
And
at
he
you.
tried. Look, he tried. There were times that you could see he was trying to keep that jab out there. But
Yeah,
yo, when you throwing a jab and they slipping and countering you with hard shots, it's tough.
no, yeah, man, yep. Because you know what Canelo could do, man. He could hurt you. So like Berlanga saw, he hit the deck, man. But he got back up, which was good. So where do we rate Canelo amongst the Mexican greats, man? Is he top five? Because I mean, there's a lot of good Mexican fighters in boxing history, and even today. And obviously, Oscar
I
De La Hoya is
mean,
one of my favorite.
I mean, it's all those all time great arguments are always about opinion. I think if we go by facts, which is championships, champions beaten, Canelo at this point is the greatest Mexican fighter of all time.
Hmm.
If we look at the facts, now
Yeah,
once you inject opinion into it, then that's different. Now it's a toss up. You got Chavez up there. You got
yeah,
uh, De La Hoya. A lot of people don't put De La Hoya on the list simply because he's American.
yeah. He's American
But
Mexican. Yeah,
Salvador Sanchez, a lot of people have him up there. I don't have Salvador Sanchez simply because you got to remember, and we were too young or not even born
yeah. I
when he
wasn't even
died.
born when he's fighting, but yeah,
Exactly, but he died in a car accident. He was like 22 or 23 years old. So even though he accomplished a lot, he was very young. So that's why I have a hard time putting him the greatest. We don't know what would have happened if he kept fighting.
right,
He could have.
exactly,
He was most likely going to accomplish a lot more because of where he was headed, but it
right.
did not happen. So I have at this point Canelo Alvarez as the greatest Mexican fighter of all time.
Yeah, man. I'm in agreement because of what you said. Like he's I think he's the only one to undispute 168. Like that's huge, man. And all the champs he's beat already, the belts he's had. Chavez Senior. I know he had that big 87-0 run, but it was against sorry, it was against a lot of not good opposition. It was like
Yeah,
guys who were just you know cab drivers, pretty much. I hate to say it, but that's what it was. And Salvador Sanchez, another guy who, like you said, he just didn't. We didn't get to see his career pretty much. I'm sure he was on his way. He already had great wins before he died. Like he had some good wins,
yeah,
but
yeah. He has some great wins in his resume already.
yep. And then you got
Now with
Eric
Chavez,
Morales.
but let me tell you something in Chavez's defense,
Hmm.
which is something that I've seen him talk about before. He says that people see the bad opponents that I face, and they thought that I was padding up my record.
Hmm.
If you notice, once I moved to the US for good, I stopped fighting those type of opponents. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Those opponents stopped. And he's like, you know why that happened? Because when I was in Mexico, I was fighting for pennies. So I would literally fight a champion,
Hmm.
and if 3 weeks later they call me like, yo, we got this guy from the neighborhood that he fights, we could make a few bucks. I would take that fight too. Right after, like he would fight for a title and then fight a nobody 3 weeks later because he don't got no money just to
That's
put food on the
crazy.
table.
That's
So
wild, man.
basically, a lot of all those early wins, it wasn't trying to pad up a record. It was a guy trying to eat, a guy trying to get a paycheck, literally.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess so, man. In a time where like, yeah, there wasn't the big networks like it is now. I'm sure it was tough for Chavez, especially trying to get to
Exactly.
America, man.
Not only that, because he was fighting out of Mexico. He fought out of Mexico for a lot of years.
Yeah, he did.
All
Yep.
those, all those quote unquote cab drivers were fights that he had in Mexico.
Yep.
So eventually, when he moved to the US, and started making that Don King money, that's it. He never went and fought in Mexico. He never fought those type of opponents again. That's it. But
Yeah,
that's because
that's
he was
true.
getting real paychecks. He was able to feed his family, pay his rent, buy a home, and all that other good stuff. But
Yep.
yo, this guy was fighting in a bar to pay his rent.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about because he was. I mean, I feel like he's an iconic boxing Mexican idol, and just to think that it took 87 fights for him to really get that recognition, man. That's pretty crazy. Should never
Yeah,
take you
yo.
that long.
Yeah, yo.
But I guess
But
when you're fighting in Mexico, you're probably not on TV. It's a different time in the world too. Like there was no internet.
no, yeah,
It,
he was fighting. We're talking about the late '80s and the '90s. He's fighting in an era where number one, there's not a lot of money. Number two,
hmm
international boxing hasn't taken off. So most of the people making money are only in the US. It's not
Right.
like today where you got people in Europe making millions of dollars. You got people in Asia making millions of dollars. You got people in Australia making millions of dollars.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not the case anymore. That wasn't the case back then. Back then, the US was making money and everybody else wasn't making nothing.
Yeah, the market's definitely changed in boxing, man. It's everywhere now. You can go anywhere and make some good money pretty much now. So
Exactly. If
it's
you're
just
in
the
a
way the sport's grown.
if you're an elite level talent, you could be anywhere in the world and there's opportunities for you, even with marketing or
hmm
sponsors and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, yep. If you have the right team behind you to put some money in your pocket, you can go and do some great things, man. That's half the battle in boxing. Just getting money to go travel.
Okay.
But yeah, we got this weekend. We got Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois. Wembley Stadium apparently it's sold out already. Holy crap, man! 90,000 people. Shout out to the UK fans. They love boxing, man. They show up all the time, especially when AJ's fighting. They really show up. So yeah, what are your opinion on that fight, AJ and Dubois?
AJ, he has been on fire. He has that momentum where he's very confident right now. He's fighting very good. He probably looks the best that he has ever looked. So I have him winning. And Dubois is on his game. We know he's a top level guy. But I think AJ, with the way that he's been performing lately, his
hmm
confidence, I see him winning this fight.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I think AJ wins, but I think this is gonna be like a fight of the year, man. I feel like it's probably one of the better matchups we're getting, and it's two heavyweights, and they're both like on good winning streaks. Like Dubois just beat Herkovich, beat Jarrell Miller, and Dubois. Sorry, AJ just beat he beat wiped out Ngannou, who should have never been in the ring with him in the first place. And he beat Wallin, and he's just been on fire because he's been fighting a lot. He's been active. He's been fighting a lot. So I think AJ's on like a second part of his career almost. Like after the Usyk fight, he took some time off, went back to his old trainer Ben Davison, and it seems like they just picked it up now. Like they're doing very well. Like he's getting stoppages. He's looking like he's confident. And I think he wants another Usyk shot, or Tyson Fury. I think he wants the winner of that fight if he gets by Dubois. But Dubois is strong, man. Dubois hits like a brick house. Like this guy, when he hits people, man, they change. And Philip Herkovich was talking how he's gonna stop Dubois, and he was hitting Dubois a lot. But once Dubois got to him, it was over, man. Like Philip did not have that energy for Dubois, so it's gonna be a good fight, but I got AJ winning for sure. I think his experience will hold him like give him a little edge over Dubois. I don't think Dubois has been in a lot of world championship fights. He's probably never been in a 90,000 stadium before with people. So I think the moment will definitely affect him. But I think AJ will be AJ, and he'll win. I don't know how he'll win, but he'll find a way to win for sure.
I can tell you that, and this is just my opinion. AJ doesn't really want to make this an exciting fight. This is not the fight where he wants to get in there, rock 'em, sock 'em robots type of fight. I think to his convenience would be to fight the same way he fought the rematch with Andy Ruiz, when he used his
Okay.
footwork, kept him on the outside, kept that stick out there all day long, and look for his opportunities. You know,
Yeah.
if they go on the inside and trade, AJ can't get slept.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dubois
He's
has
yeah.
what it takes to sleep him.
He's been down before. He's shown that, he can get touched. And yeah, I just don't think that would be good for AJ to trade with Dubois because Dubois is he's a strong dude, man. He's nothing to play with. Like he's a big heavyweight. And he's been waiting for
So
his moment. So
but he's a strong dude. But I believe that AJ has more technical resources,
mhm.
and that will show. You know, from a distance, I think we're gonna see that.
Yeah, no, that's true, man. We'll see the hopefully the pedigree of AJ come back out and him show us what he could do, man. And then in October, we got the big one. I think this is the fight of the year. Arthur Beterbiev versus Bivol. Ah, man, we lost Shakur Stevenson. No Shakur Stevenson now. Holy. I was looking forward to seeing how he would do against Cordina because, as much people talk crazy about Shakur, I like Shakur, man. I like watching him fight. He's a very smart fighter, great IQ, and I think he's gonna figure it out, man. I think he's gonna get his style right for the fans, but I think at the same time we got to be patient with Shakur. He's a young guy. Was he like 4 division champ? Isn't he? I think he or
It,
three division,
no, he's a three division champ.
3 division champ. So he's going for probably. I think he'll be 4 division champ by the time he's done. But he's just one of these
So he's
special
gonna he's gonna
talents.
do more. Yo, he's gonna end up going all the way to 147.
Yeah, I agree. Yep, I
That'll
think he
make him a
will.
five division champ because
Yep,
he's already
and
three at
yeah, he's
135.
3 right now. Yeah,
Then at
exactly.
140, then at 147. He's gonna be a five division champ.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, he's off the card, unfortunate injury, but the show goes on. So better be even Bivol. I mean, they're still on it, man. How do you think that's playing out, or you still haven't made your pick yet?
Yeah, I still haven't been able to make my pick. I'm thinking about waiting for the weigh-in to see if
Yeah,
anybody looks drained or anything like that. If there's maybe anything that I could pick up that may give the opponent an advantage. But it's too tough, man. This is a classic matchup of the boxer versus the puncher. We know the footwork, the jab, the ring IQ that Bivol possesses, and then with Beterbiev, we know the power, the aggression. He can end it with one shot. So it's tough to predict. Is the boxer gonna be able to work him for 12 rounds, or is the puncher gonna eventually catch up and get him out of there?
yeah,
I don't know yet.
yeah. Yeah, man. I've been on the better beef train just because he's representing Canada, so I got to represent with him. But Bivol is special, man. And if anybody could beat Better Beef, it's him. Because he's got the right style. He's got the pedigree already, and he doesn't look scared of Beterbiev at all. So he doesn't fear that guy. He's already beat Canelo Álvarez, who's supposed to be the face of boxing. So I think Bivol he's definitely gonna come in this fight and do what he does best. But at the same time, he can't let Beterbiev get downhill on him and land some of those big shots because I think that's when guys start to fold. It's when they start feeling Beterbiev's power. So it'll be an interesting fight, man. It'll be definitely this is the like you said, the boxer versus the puncher. Usually the boxer wins, but we always know the punchers always got a chance because they just punch hard. And when they catch you with one, it could change the whole fight. So it'll be interesting to see, man. I think it's gonna be a great event in Saudi Arabia. This is definitely a great way to kick off their whole rider season because I'm pretty sure they got Fury and Usyk later in the year. So I mean, those events, man, they're massive over there. They're undisputed. Both of these fights are undisputed. So shout out to Turkey Al Sheikh for bringing us undisputed fights. That seems to be his thing, man. That's what he specializes in right now, getting the belts together.
His Excellency making it happen, bro. He making a big fights. That's why I said, he simply has to change his tone a little bit. I think that he needs a public relations person,
Hmm.
that reaches out to people personally because he don't have that. He don't have that touch. He has more of a
Yeah,
touch. Bro, you get over here. Let's do this. and
Yeah,
you can't do
yeah,
that with
he's used to just saying, "Yo, let's get this done. Let's do it."
if you
Boom.
know what's right for you.
Yeah, yeah. Just take it. Yeah. He kind of did the same to Shakur at that Crawford fight. He's like, "Yo, you fighting Zepeda? Like, let's go. Let's do this." Like, and Shakur just kind of there, like, "I'm not even signed to Matchroom yet. Like, better yet fight Zepeda." Like, but they got that all ironed out. It looks like Zepeda will be probably Shakur's fight when he gets back now, because he'll miss this fight.
Yeah,
Zepeda
that's
will
what Eddie
fight.
just said. That Eddie said that the other day that Shakur is gonna come back straight to fighting Zepeda early next year.
Yeah, I think so because I think Zepeda's fighting on that Ride of Season card that they just announced, the Mexican one. I think it's in November in Saudi Arabia, which is crazy. But yeah, so then they're supposed to meet up then early next year, which puts us on Tank's schedule. Will we get Tank and Shakur then late next year? That's a possibility if Shakur could beat Zepeda.
I mean, Shakur is gonna beat Zepeda. Come on, man.
Hey,
Come
it's
on.
boxing, man. It's boxing. I'll just
He's gonna
say
beat Zepeda.
it.
He's gonna beat him. Now the fight with Shakur and Tank, man, is up to Tank. Whenever Tank and his team decide, we could have had that next. Well, Shakur
Yeah.
got hurt, so we wasn't gonna have it. But remember when Lomachenko pulled out of negotiations with Tank,
Hmm.
him and Shakur were both free, and they were going back and forth on social media. Matter of fact, somebody from Tank team said, "Oh, we're gonna send them a contract," and
Yeah,
Shakur
you're
was like,
right.
"Send
Yeah,
the
I
contract,
think it was Kenny
send the
Ellis that
contract.
said
I'ma
that.
sign it." They never
Yeah.
sent the contract.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. And then now they're trying to say that people don't want to fight Tank. And I don't think that's the thing. I think they always wanted to just choose somebody. And the guy they wanted to choose obviously was Isaac Cruz. They thought he was going to run through Rio. And then they wanted to choose Rio. But Rio's making the right choice and saying, I'm not coming back till next year because I need a break, man. He had a long camp. He was supposed to fight on that Tank card. Then he got moved to the Rider season card, which extended his camp. So he's been in the camp for like 6, 7 months. Yeah, man. Ryu, if I was him, I would not fight Tank in November. That's too early, especially for his strap that he just got. So there's no point in sacrificing that strap when you can probably get that fight down the road. And now it just leaves Tank and his team. They got to go take a fight they probably don't want to take. And I think they got to go take Teofimo Lopez. Like he's available too. He's sitting down.
He's available, and he called them out. He called out Tank.
Yeah, if you're gonna say you're gonna go up to 140 for Ryo, why not Teo? Like he's got a WBO belt, Ring Magazine. It's probably a more dangerous fight too. So I
Yeah, yeah,
mean,
definitely. Of
why
course.
not? I just don't understand why Leonard Ellerby's always talking about there's a line. There's no line, man. If there was a line, we'd have a Tank fight by now. We'd have a announcement. He's supposed to fight in
Listen, man,
November.
that's why that's a part of Tank's career that I'm disappointed in. Like, yes, you made a lot of money. Yes, you became a big star. You became, one of the biggest stars in boxing.
Yeah,
But bro, you pushing 30 and you still haven't fought one of the best fighters in any of the divisions you fought in. You pushing 30, my nigga. Like when
yeah,
you gonna fight one of the best dudes out there? You
yeah,
know. So I'm tired of Tank fighting guys that are making their debut in a championship fight. I'm tired of seeing that.
yeah.
Rolly had never look, Rolly, Ryan, Pitbull,
Frank Martin.
Frank Martin, none of them
Yeah.
never fought for a title until they got to Tank.
Yeah,
None of
you're
them.
right, man. You're
So
right.
I'm tired of seeing fighting the guys that are not at the top of the division.
Hmm.
You're about to be 30 years old. How many stories y'all gonna keep feeding us?
Yeah, and that's just the thing. Like his fan base is really trying to convince themselves almost like he does fight these top guys, but the real boxing
That look,
fans, we see right through that,
I'm
man.
gonna tell you. Let me tell you something. Leonard Ellerby, Tank Davis, and the PBC have done a tremendous job of selling their narrative.
Yeah, they have,
They've
man.
done such a tremendous job that Tank Davis fans will tell you, "Oh, Tank don't need no title.
Yeah.
Tank put but
Yeah.
Tank put butts in seats. Tank
Yep.
sell pay-per-views. He could fight whoever he wants." You see? So the narrative that they keep putting out there, their fans simply keep echoing it for them.
No,
So
you're right,
because of
man.
that, they don't have to. If you think about it, your Tank's career, the same fans who knock Canelo for not fighting the best take a whole
They
different approach
praise.
when it comes to Tank Davis.
Yeah, they praise Tank Davis. It's nuts, man, what they do with that.
Shakur
Right?
Stevenson. Yeah.
See,
Yeah, yeah, man.
it's because
They-
they've done a great job of selling that narrative that Tank don't need a title. He's a big star. He does the numbers. Blah blah blah.
right. No, it's true, man. And like for me, like I don't hate Tank. I don't know why people think I hate him. I want to see him take these fights because I know Tank is better than what he's showing us. Because he doesn't have to show us everything in these fights that he's fighting. I want him to go in a fight where he has to reach down in his toolbox and show us something he's never shown us before because I know it's there. He's just never been in danger. And his fan base will tell me I'm a hater. I just want to see the guy be great. That's all I want to see the guy be. You
Yo,
know, Frank
but
Martin,
but but
his
how does
biggest
that work?
win is Leo.
How does the
Leo.
how does the same person that tell me, yo, Canelo gotta fight Benavidez? And how about Tank? Oh, Tank can fight whoever he wants because he a star. Huh?
Yeah.
Yo,
Y-
Canelo's a way bigger star than Tank. And he can't fight
Yeah,
whoever
man.
he wants.
No, for real, man. And like Tank too, like he hasn't done what Canelo's done. Not at age 30. Like I don't know
Yo,
if we
it's
can
not
even
even
match their
close.
careers up at
Yo,
30.
it's not even close. By 30 years old,
Yeah.
Canelo was already a multi-division champion who had beaten a bunch of reigning champions.
Yep. Yep.
Come on,
Absolutely.
man.
Nah, man. I just I
Saludos,
like
amigos del boxeo.
yes, sir.
Yo, boom.
Salute, salute. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm like I said, I want to see Tank and Shakur, but I think Tank's team is not. They don't want that fight, man. They keep saying the same narrative, right? It's not gonna sell, and this and that. It's like, okay, this is what you guys like. Are you guys in the sport or just like business? Because like if it's business, then why don't you just go fight one of these popular UFC fighters or Jake Paul? Go fight like that. Like go do YouTube boxing. Like if it's
The
like that. But
the
if you
thing
guys are
is,
into the fighting business,
the
then
thing
fight the
is
best fighters.
that they use Leonard Ellerby and all of them when it comes to Tank Davis. They have used the business aspect to talk their way out of these fights,
Yeah.
or to convince their fans that we're making a lot of money. We don't need those fights, and
Yeah.
to convince their fights about the imaginary side of the street that they're on. All that, yo, they've sold their narrative to the point where their fans argue it for them every day on social media. How
Yep.
often doesn't somebody tell you on social media, "Oh, Tank is the A side.
Yeah.
They got to do what Tank
Yeah.
say," and
Yeah.
that's all,
Yeah.
so they've done. So that's why I say, yo, Leonard Ellerby, the PBC, Al Heyman, all of them, they've done an exceptional job with selling their narrative to their fan base so that their fan base can spread it for them.
No, that's true. And they also like I remember when I think it was last year when Devin Haney said he wanted the Tank fight. And they told Devin Haney he needs to stop talking about them. Like, and then now their tune has changed. Now they're saying nobody's talking about Tank because they don't want to fight him. It's like, nah, man. I don't think Tank fight doesn't give you Canelo money, so it's not really like anybody's
So
really demanding that fight.
I'm gonna tell you what's really going on with that, my brother. What people are saying is, you know what? You the A side, you the big star, you the big dog. Y'all gonna have to pay me to fight.
Hmm.
Y'all not just gonna give me whatever you want because
Right.
they already realize, yo, Tank's options are super limited.
Yep.
Because if he
Exactly.
doesn't fight Rayo, who is he gonna fight?
Yeah.
Bro, in fact, look, they offer Rayo for November, right? And Rayo's like, I'm not fighting until February,
Hmm.
right? And they're like, yo, you gonna get replaced. I'm still not fighting till February. Do what you
Yeah.
gotta do, right?
Yeah.
No, they might actually still end up fighting him in February, which tells us that he wasn't able to get a replacement for November.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, so in
I
other
thought I even
words,
heard Edwin's name,
in
but
other
then he got
words,
injured.
look, fighters are understanding that Tank's options are limited. So because his options are limited, they demanded, yo, pay me what I'm worth. And you're not gonna
Yeah,
rush me into a fight when I'm not even ready. You're gonna wait when I'm ready.
that's true. They are
See?
doing that.
So what's happening now with Tank is that he's gonna get pushbacks and demands in negotiations. All that I'm the ace, I just do what I say, is not gonna go like that. Because
Yeah,
you don't got that many options. I know you need to fight me. You don't got that many
right.
options.
Yeah, that's true. And when everybody sees it, they're gonna use it, right? They're gonna all gonna start to band together, and everybody's gonna get a little bit of extra what you may have never got before. And it's all because Tank's gonna need to have a show because you guys promised us a show.
I'm trying to tell you. And not only that, that Tank and his team, with limited options, when they sit down to negotiate a fight, they're gonna have to take into consideration what the guy across the table wants.
Hmm.
It's like if this dude walks away, we don't gotta fight.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, and then I don't know if Amazon's paying him, but they got to make their money back too. So they're not just gonna approve any fight. It's gonna have to be a
No,
fight that makes
Amazon. No,
sense.
no, no. Let me clarify something for you. Amazon is not paying them a dime. Amazon doesn't
No,
pay them a
Amazon's
fee.
paying Tank. He's got the 200 million deal.
Um, oh, yeah, for the tank stuff, I'm not sure because the details
Yeah,
about that
just
haven't
Tank.
been released. So that's kind of like like social media talk I've seen, but I haven't seen anything legit showing that that's a deal that Amazon gave him. So
Cause
honestly, I don't know. But
I feel like if
what I'm
he
saying
didn't
is,
get that money, he would have had a fight announced already against anybody because that's what they do
and,
over there.
and, and to be honest, I don't believe that. I don't know if he got that deal from Amazon,
Mm.
but we'll see. We'll find out eventually. More details come out. The reason I'm telling you this is because what Amazon has with PBC is a distribution deal,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
So Amazon doesn't give PBC any money. In fact, if you go on Amazon, they have zero advertisement. Amazon doesn't advertise PBC or PBC
yeah.
fights or cards. They don't advertise. Now PBC can pay and have paid advertisement on Amazon just like any other business, but Amazon as an entity doesn't have anything listing PBC as theirs, right? And then when you watch the fights, you don't see Amazon branding all over the ring and all over that stuff.
Hmm.
So they're a distribution deal. So the way
Yeah,
that it works is that PBC does a pay-per-view and they collect a percentage of the revenue. I don't know the percentage, but to give you an example, if the revenue was, let's say, 10 million, Amazon gets 4, PBC gets 6. That's just
yeah.
an example. I don't know what the actual percentages are, but the point is that PBC gets no money from Amazon.
Nah, I know
Amazon,
the PBC is a distribution. I'm just talking about just Tank Davis because like it's just like with Boots. Boots was a Showtime fighter. He wasn't a PBC fighter. He was signed
exactly,
under
he was only with
Showtime,
Showtime. He wasn't with
so
PBC.
that's
But
why he was able to leave.
but here's the thing though. You got to remember, Showtime was a boxing network and had been for years.
Yeah.
Amazon Prime isn't a boxing network and never has been. The first
No.
people who took boxing there was the PBC. So I
Yeah.
find it hard to believe that Amazon say, "Yo, Tank, come on, we're gonna sign you for 200 million," when they don't do boxing or got nothing to do with boxing,
Yeah, but Netflix doesn't have nothing to do with boxing either. And look at them. They're doing an event next month or in November, sorry, with Jake Paul.
bro. Bro, but
And
that's an
they
exhibition,
could be yeah, but
bro. But
look at the
Netflix is doing
undercard.
it. Listen, but Netflix is doing an exhibition.
No, they're
It's an
not, man. They
exhibition,
got Barrios on there now.
bro.
Barrios is
But
fighting on there now.
let me ask you a
Katie
question. Let
Taylor,
me ask you a question.
Amanda
Let's be
Sariano.
honest. Let's be honest. Do you think people are buying that for Tyson and Jake Paul or for Barrios?
No, they're buying it for Tyson and Jake Paul. But my point is that Netflix is dipping their toes in the sport.
We'll see because again,
Cause like
when you're talking
Netflix
about it,
and
when you're
Amazon,
talking
they're
about
like
it, listen, when
Amazon
you're
Prime
talking
and
about,
Netflix.
you gotta remember because you're saying Netflix is dipping into sports, right? When you and they're already in sports because they have a
They
lot
are
of
in
sports
sports, yeah.
documentaries and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But when you talk about an exhibition, an exhibition is more on the side of entertainment than
Oh,
sports.
no doubt. Yeah, yeah.
It's entertainment. There's not going to be a winner or a loser. It's not a sanctioned fight, and so on and so forth. It's not a real
I,
fight.
I think it's a sanctioned fight, buddy. I think
But
it
but
is.
listen, no, it's not. It's not gonna be sanctioned. It's not gonna be
I don't
sanctioned.
know,
Look
man.
at it.
I heard somebody was supposed to, but like I'm not like
No,
I
no, no.
haven't looked into it. Like, yeah, it's on
I'm telling
BoxRec.
you, it's not gonna be
It's on
sanctioned.
BoxRec. It's a sanctioned bout.
Oh, they got
They
they got.
fought
Oh my
8 minutes,
God,
2 rounds. It's been sanctioned. It's on BoxRec.
8 minutes.
Yeah, eight. Sorry, 8 rounds. 2 2 minute
Oh,
rounds. Eight
2 minute
rounds. two
round.
minute rounds. That's what it's sanctioned as.
That's what I don't understand. You're like, there's no even professional fights of 2 rounds unless it's women.
Yeah, it's women. But
Like
like
you said,
that's
they
why
got
they.
something.
That's why you go to Texas and do it, because Texas gonna make their own rules for this.
That's a show, man. They're doing a show. But listen to this. Adrian Broner was 100% right when people mocked him. And I posted a video. I'm glad I posted a video because the video's up, right? When Adrian Broner came out a few years back, you may have seen it, the interview went viral. He was shirtless in his bed. And he was like, man, this shit is over for Showtime is done with boxing. Steven Espinosa gonna be done.
Yeah,
Yo, we about to be, he said we about to be boxing on Twitter.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
He was actually right when he said that. And he made a prediction accurately. Why? Because what he was referencing when he said Twitter is that he knew they had burned their bridges with Golden Boy, with Top Rank, with ESPN, with Showtime obviously was over. He knew that Al Heyman had already burned his bridges with everybody else that was doing boxing. So he suggested Twitter because Twitter is an application that doesn't even do boxing. So he's like, yo, we're gonna end up in an application that don't do boxing.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
they ended up on Amazon Prime, an application that doesn't do boxing. So
yeah.
the point that he was trying to make, people thought he was crazy. He was 100% right. And I
No,
want you to
no,
think
it's
about
true.
this. I want you to think about this. Look, because they try to sell this Amazon Prime deal to everyone like such a great deal.
Yeah.
First of all, Amazon Prime has no faith in PBC and Al Heyman. No faith. Which is why they only agree to a distribution deal. Why? Because with a
Well, I
distribution,
think somebody on their team, obviously they have a team, so they obviously somebody said, "Hey, we're not just giving these guys money because look what they've done with Fox, the cable television, and now at Showtime. They're gonna have to earn our budget." So I think I heard the deal
is
is
that
like something. There's something
there
that
is,
says that they gotta get in 1% of all the homes. Now I don't know how many homes Amazon Prime is in worldwide, but 1%. I know Amazon's a massive market. So PBC 1%, they've only had 4 shows. Like they're not even touching that 1%.
I'm trying to tell you, man, Amazon is basically saying they're not going to take any losses like Showtime
Oh,
did. They're
no, no, no,
basically
no.
saying, whatever you sell, just give me my cup and keep it
Yeah,
moving.
yeah. But they're also telling them like if you could do that, then we'll back you. But PBC is not. They don't have
They're
events,
not going
man.
to do it. Yo, they're
They're
not.
gonna have their
Look,
first free event finally next month with Tim Zoo, and that's
yo,
probably not even gonna be run by PBC. That's No Limit Boxing. That's Tim Zoo and his guys is running that.
as his people. But
Yeah, that's not Al
I want you to
Heyman.
consider, the fact that Amazon only has the PBC, which
Hmm.
is why you see Kermel Moulton fighting on a different network in his last couple of fights. You've seen other fighters, PBC fighters, fighting on the zone
Yeah, I
or
want to
fighting
ask you
on
about that. So let's dive into that. Do you think like Mayweather and Al are not working together because Mayweather hasn't had a card of his own, obviously before his exhibition, but he hasn't had a Mayweather promotion card in so long, probably Showtime days. So it's like, is him and Al even working together? Like,
I mean, I don't. I think because people don't let information get public, right? But
Mm.
to me, it looks like they're going in different direction because the PBC's with Amazon, but Floyd Mayweather is doing his exhibitions on the zone.
Yeah, he's on the zone. Like, yeah,
So,
exactly.
so if your peoples are over on PBC, why you not over on on
Right.
Amazon with them?
Yeah, I feel the same way, man. I'm like, why can't
So it's kind of like Ellerby. Look at this. Leonard Ellerby, right? He was the president and CEO. And
Mhm.
when Tank Davis left Mayweather Promotions, Leonard Ellerby kept working with him, right? I posted a video about this and I
Yeah, he
said, you know
jumped
what?
ship though. He jumped
I
ship
said,
from Floyd.
there's gonna be a conflict of interest here because Leonard Ellerby is working with Tank, but he's the CEO of Mayweather Promotions. And look what happened.
Yeah.
Yo, Leonard Ellerby was asked, yo, did you leave Mayweather Promotions? Are you leaving? He said, no, absolutely not. Yo, like a day or two later, Floyd posted that Leonard Ellerby thanked for his services, but he's no longer with us. He's stepping down. Yo, they fired that man from Floyd
Yeah,
Mayweather
yeah,
Promotions.
Floyd did that
Fired.
nicely. He
He
said he
put it
stepped
nicely.
down.
He's stepping down, man. He fired that man
Yeah, he
softly.
did. Brought in Richard Schaefer. Yeah.
So exactly. So I saw that coming because I'm like, so the same thing with Al Heyman and Floyd. You're not really seeing anything that tells you that they're working together.
Yeah.
They could be, splitting their profits, whichever way they're supposed to split them. But you're not seeing anything. Floyd has. Do you see Floyd promoting anything related to Amazon Prime?
No. You don't even
Do you
see
see
him
Floyd?
at the cards anymore.
Not only that, do you see him promoting anything PBC?
Yeah, he doesn't talk about them anymore at all.
Yo,
Those are
Floyd
his
Mayweather.
guys.
Not only that. Go to Mayweather Promotion and see. Yo, the
Yeah.
Mayweather Promotion Instagram is just Floyd Mayweather pictures. So who is Floyd Mayweather Promotions at this point?
Yeah, I think
Yo, right now, I put it to you like this. Right now, Floyd Mayweather Promotions is Carmel Moten.
yeah.
Who else? That's it.
Yeah, he's got a couple guys, but like he
Yeah,
needs to
but
get them
but
active.
which one of those guys is buzzing like Carmel is?
Oh no, Carmel is definitely the talk of
So
the
right
Mayweather
now, right
promotions.
now, the money team or Mayweather Promotions is Carmel Moten. That's it. And
Yeah.
Carmel has 4 professional fights. So, he's not going to have the star power yet, of course, to carry a whole promotional company.
Right. Which is why I think Floyd's doing these exhibitions because he's getting dates for Carmel. But it's crazy, man, because it seems like since that whole Showtime thing fell out, like Floyd must have had somebody over there at Showtime that he really liked because when Al fucked that up, it's like when Floyd just stopped talking about the PVC. When all that shit was going down, he was silent, man. We didn't
No,
hear
listen.
we didn't hear
It's
Floyd say it
not just
wasn't happening.
listen. I'm gonna tell you like this. This was the demise of Showtime right here. The PBC sold their guys as way bigger stars than they actually were.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, Sean Porter. These guys were stars. I'm not saying that they were not, but they
Hmm.
were not on the level that they sold them.
Yeah.
So what they sold to Showtime was this. We're gonna bring all these stars and they're gonna fight each other and create this huge buzz, right?
Hmm.
And look what they did. Early on, we saw Sean Porter fighting Danny Garcia. We saw Danny Garcia with Keith Thurman. We
Hmm.
saw Adrian Broner with Sean Porter. We saw some of these fights, right?
Yeah. Yep.
But then what happened? Danny Garcia went inactive. Sean Porter went inactive. Keith Thurman went inactive. Ugas went inactive.
Yeah.
So what were we left with? The
Same.
flagship guys that you sold us as huge stars made some money and they all went inactive.
Yeah.
So this is the deal. This is the deal. What Showtime, the way that Showtime was expecting to get money, because they don't do commercials in Showtime. You don't got that type of sponsorship.
Yeah. Exactly.
The way that they're expecting to make money is that your fighters, your fights are gonna bring in massive amounts of Showtime subscribers because they want to watch PBC fighters. Guess what? That did not happen. So
Mhm.
while these fighters were telling fans on social media, we're making the money, we're the A
Yeah.
side, they didn't realize that they were driving Showtime into the ground because Showtime was paying a lot of money, but they wasn't making it.
Yeah, that's true, man. I thought like and that's something that I just never understood, like why they were overpaying these guys so much money.
I'll
And
tell you, I could tell you, I could tell you. Yo,
that
what
made no
happened with
sense.
Showtime? What happened with Showtime is exactly what happened with HBO. The same thing. Here it goes. They start having some cards with some guys. People are watching them. People are excited about it. People are buzzing about it. So now, in order to secure the biggest fights,
Mhm.
they overpaid guys.
Yeah.
You pay these guys millions of dollars when they're not generating that. Look at
Right.
all these fights that they put on pay per view between non championship fighters. Yo, I'm
Yeah.
gonna put it to you like this:
Yeah.
last year, like the last year of Showtime, they put on more non championship fights on pay per view in that 1 year than I've ever seen in my whole life.
That's crazy.
Off the top, yo, if you think off the top of your head right now, you probably can't tell me three non-championship pay-per-view fights.
The only one I
Off
could
the
tell you,
top of your
bro,
head.
is Tank and Ryan, because that was just the biggest one, right? But like, geez,
No, no, but
three.
It was, but Tank had a title. Tank had his little
It wasn't on the
secondary.
line though, because they fought at 136 or whatever. They fought catch
Oh,
weight.
yeah, okay, but the point is, the what I'm trying to say, we
No,
had a
I know what you're
champ.
saying though. Yeah, it's just
We had a
ridiculous how
champion
you can.
involved in that fight.
Yeah, how you can
But when's
have
the
pay per
last
view
time you saw
events.
two guys, yo, nobody's a champion fighting?
Right.
Like, that's crazy, bro.
That is, and trying to sell it as a pay per view.
And
Yeah.
they did that so many times. Yo, non-championship guy. Like, yo, Wilder versus Helenius was on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
What the hell was that? That thing must have,
Yo, Wilder.
yo,
He
like that
jumped to
thing
the
must
other
have,
side,
like,
man. Shout out
they
to
didn't even
him.
want to talk about the numbers for that. That thing must have sold like 50 pay-per-views.
It probably did. Yeah, that was
My
terrible.
God. So, but you know why they did that? They were forced to do that because at the end of the day, they guaranteed these fighters their purses. Showtime gave out a bunch of guaranteed money. So what happened is that then they was like, "Oh, you want to fight this guy? Well, guess what? We not giving you no more guaranteed money." So they had to put
Yeah.
them on pay per view to try to
Yo, that's
generate the money
crazy.
to pay these people.
Wow, man.
Yo,
That's boxing for
and,
you.
and
That's
I'm gonna tell you like
boxing.
this: Al Heyman, he's made a lot of good business decisions. He's made a lot of big fights, but to what I have heard, he treats his fighters horrible. I've heard that he don't be paying his fighters like he'll be giving them little like I heard that Adrian Broner he be giving them little bits of money. Supposedly, I'm holding your money for you. I heard about shady contracts where fighters can't get out of them and where they put him in tough situations. Like I heard
Yeah.
that he be doing a lot of people dirty, which is why a lot of the PBC guys are inactive or left.
Yeah, and you're right, man. There's a lot of guys who just don't have good representation. Like you need good lawyers in boxing. That's what you need. Like you see Ryan Garcia, he can do what he wants because he has a good lawyer. Like Oscar can't tell him shit because his lawyer will go tell Oscar, "Hey, this is in our contract for us to fight. So we're going to fight regardless." And same with Jaime
Well,
Munguia. He's got a good management team. That's why he's fighting on top rank but still golden boy fighter. He's going to go take a good fight this weekend. But
but it's about having the maturity also to understand. Look, I don't know business. I'm gonna let somebody who knows it
yes.
handle it for me.
Yeah.
That's simple. That
You're
doesn't
right, man.
that doesn't make you dumb. That actually makes you smart to
Yeah.
understand to make that decision.
Yeah, you don't get roped into these slave contracts, and now you got to go fight like 6 years with this guy who doesn't put on fights. So now it could turn into like 8, 9 year contract. And yeah, man, it's just better to have pay somebody a little percentage to take care of all that stuff for you, and make sure that on your end you're gonna be good. Because yeah, man, like you said, getting roped into a contract where you're getting paid in increments, that's just nuts, man. Like you should get
And
your
a
check
matter
at
of
the end
fact,
of the night, and that's it, man.
you probably remember Wilder saying it, that he was like, "Yo, man, it'd be 6 months and you haven't gotten any money yet, waiting." He was
Hmm.
complaining about that. So, but that's my personal opinion. To what I've seen, a lot of people have said negative things about Al, and it's almost like there's people scared of saying anything, so they just stay quiet about it. But I don't know. It doesn't look like things are good between Floyd and PBC. I don't see anything that tells me there's collaboration there.
Yeah, me either, man. But yeah, bro, I'm gonna lock it all up. You want to let the people know where they can find you?
My peoples, y'all already know y'all can find me at jsmith134. You see it, that's right there, my Instagram. And Box Center with J Smith, that's my YouTube channel. I cover amateur boxing and professional boxing. Yo, y'all already know what it is, man. Boxing talk up north. We already know, man. We
I
already know.
appreciate you, brother, for coming through, man. Definitely good talk, and yeah, man. I think I'm gonna go live tomorrow again, so I'll hit you up and let you know what's going on, and we'll figure out something to talk about. Thanks for coming through, my Dominican brethren.
Peace out, my
Peace.
brother.